Today our topic is what the Stoics thought about politics. The Stoics were ancient philosophers who believed in living a life of virtue, wisdom, and self-control. They thought that the best way to live was to focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. This idea applies to many areas of life, including politics. The Stoics believed that politics was an important part of human life because it involves how people live together in a community. They thought that politics should be about helping others and creating a society where everyone can live well. For the Stoics, the goal of politics was not power or wealth, but justice and the common good. They believed that leaders should be wise and virtuous, putting the needs of the people above their own desires. The Stoics also thought that everyone has a role to play in society, and that each person should do their part to make the world a better place. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, was also a Roman emperor. He believed that his role as a leader was to serve the people and to act with fairness and kindness. He wrote in his book Meditations that even though he had power, he should not let it change him or make him proud. He thought that a good leader should always remember that they are just a human being like everyone else. Marcus Aurelius believed that politics should be guided by reason and not by emotions like anger or greed. He said that a leader should always think about what is best for the community and not just for themselves. This idea is still important today, as many people feel that politics should be more about helping others and less about personal gain. Another Stoic philosopher, Seneca, also wrote about politics. He believed that it was important for people to be involved in public life, but he also warned against getting too caught up in the struggles and conflicts of politics. Seneca thought that it was easy to lose sight of what is truly important when you are too focused on winning arguments or gaining power. He said that the key to being a good politician is to stay true to your values and to always act with integrity. Seneca believed that even in difficult situations, you should try to remain calm and think clearly. He thought that the best way to deal with challenges in politics was to use reason and to stay focused on the bigger picture. The Stoics also believed in the idea of Cosmopolitanism, which means that they saw themselves as citizens of the world, not just of their own city or country. They thought that all humans are connected and that we should care about each other, no matter where we come from. This idea is very important in politics, because it reminds us that we are all part of one global community. The Stoics believed that we should work together to create a world where everyone can live in peace and harmony. They thought that politics should be about building bridges between people, not creating divisions. One of the key lessons from Stoicism is that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. In politics, this means that we should do our best to make positive changes, but we should not be too upset if things do not go the way we want. The Stoics believed that we cannot control everything that happens in the world, but we can control how we respond to it. This is a very useful idea in politics, where there are often many things that are out of our control. The Stoics would say that instead of getting angry or frustrated, we should focus on what we can do to make a difference. The Stoics also believed in the importance of self-discipline and self-control. They thought that these qualities were essential for anyone who wants to be a good leader or a good citizen. In politics, it is easy to get caught up in emotions like anger, fear, or greed. But the Stoics believed that we should strive to rise above these feelings. They thought that the best way to make good decisions is to stay calm and think clearly, even in difficult situations. This is a very important lesson for anyone who is involved in politics, whether as a leader or as a voter. Another important idea from Stoicism is that we should always try to do the right thing, even if it is difficult. The Stoics believe that virtue is the highest good, and that we should always strive to act with honesty, fairness, and compassion. In politics, this means that we should always try to make decisions that are in the best interest of the people, even if it means making sacrifices or facing challenges. The Stoics thought that it is better to do what is right than to do what is easy or popular. The Stoics also believed in the importance of humility. They thought that no one is perfect, and that we should always be willing to learn from our mistakes. In politics, this means that leaders should be open to feedback and willing to change their minds if they realize they are wrong. The Stoics believed that the best leaders are those who are humble and willing to listen to others. They thought that arrogance and pride are dangerous because they can lead to poor decisions and harm to the community. Finally, the Stoics believed in the importance of resilience. They thought that life is full of challenges, and that we should be prepared to face them with courage and strength. In politics, this means that we should not give up when things get difficult. The Stoics believed that the best way to deal with adversity is to stay strong and keep moving forward. They thought that even in the face of failure or defeat, we should not lose hope. Instead, we should learn from our experiences and keep working towards our goals. In conclusion, the Stoics had many important ideas about politics. They believed that politics should be about serving the common good and creating a just society. They thought that leaders should be wise, virtuous, and humble, and that they should always act with integrity. The Stoics also believed in the importance of self-discipline, resilience, and focusing on what we can control. They thought that we should see ourselves as citizens of the world and work together to create a better future for everyone. These ideas are still very relevant today, and they can help us to think about how we can make a positive difference in the world through politics. The Stoics remind us that the most important thing is to stay true to our values and to always strive to do what is right, even when it is difficult.